Welcome to the San Rafael Swell in Utah, rugged, remote, and full of surprises. We kicked off our day by dropping off I-70 and passing underneath it through a narrow tunnel, marking the start of our off-road journey into Eagle Canyon. Our route into Eagle Canyon started with Secret Mesa Road, the first leg of our journey into the heart of the San Rafael Swell.
This looks very squeezy.
Getting to Secret Mesa Road meant diving into some tight concrete tunnels under I-70.
Okay. This is like very squeezy.
The concrete walls echoed every sound, and recent snow had left puddles stretching across the floor, which Mike had to step in, of course.
Oy, oy, oy. Haha, puddle.
Let's just say this is not the route for RVs, big trucks, or anyone afraid of a few scrapes. But hey, we made it through, and the view on the other side was totally worth the splash.
After the tunnels, Secret Mesa Road quickly reminded us we were still in canyon country. The road heads along rolling hills and skirts some serious drop-offs. Not a place to get too comfortable. But the views? Worth every bump as the trail gradually descends toward Eagle Canyon.
Bye.
No, wait. So we're doing this on our way to Moab. So we've got all of our crap in the back.
Oh wait, that's
no.
not Sasquatch.
Don't think Sasquatch would be around here. So that's the Eagle Canyon Wilderness.
Eventually, the road dropped us into Eagle Canyon, a dramatic shift as the walls rise up around us and the sandstone starts to tower overhead.
There's still snow here. Look at those arches. I mean, technically they're arches. Winding through the sandstone walls of Eagle Canyon, we followed the wash to a jaw-dropping sight, the massive I-70 bridges overhead. Fun fact. The I-70 bridges over Eagle Canyon in Utah are soaring steel arch spans that connect one of the most rugged parts of the San Rafael Swell. One was built in 1965, the other in 1990, marking the final piece of I-70 in the state. From the canyon floor, we launched the drone to capture a view you just can't get any other way. From above, the I-70 bridges seem to float between sheer canyon walls, a modern ribbon of concrete stretched across ancient stone. The contrast was striking, modern concrete soaring above layers of ancient rock. The silence in the canyon made the passing cars overhead feel like distant echoes from another world. That's all right. Looks like that thing's gonna fall. So So Trails Off-Road says we're should be coming up on Eagle Canyon Arch shortly. It's probably right there. Sometimes you're just at a loss for words.
Next up was Eagle Canyon Arch, a natural span sculpted by time. The drone soared through the arch and gave us a cinematic perspective of this wild landscape. Even in spring, a few stubborn patches of snow clung to the canyon floor and shaded ledges, adding a splash of contrast to the sandstone and deep blue sky. It was a rare and beautiful scene, one foot in winter, the other already in the desert heat.
That was amazing. Well, do you think that was worth it?
Yeah, it was really cool.
As we climbed out of the canyon, things got messy. Recent melting snow left the trail slick and muddy, but our Jeep handled it like a champ. Try it. Better eat. Eat, Janet, eat. Do it. I believe this is the narrow part. You can see a little scrapey scrape. That's cool. Come forward, it's gonna scrape off the mud off the tire. Let's go ahead and go forward. Neat. Hi.
We had to skip Icebox Canyon this time, but that just means we'll be back.
This is the Icebox foot trail. We've got to get to Moab, so we're gonna kind of skip it.
It's kind of muddy too.
It's a little muddy too. We made a quick stop at Swasey Cabin, a relic of early homesteaders, and a reminder of how tough life was out here.
Weathered logs told quiet stories of resilience. You could almost hear the wind carrying voices from a century ago, living rough in a place as wild as the day they found it.
We crossed under I-70 again and made our way to Black Dragon Canyon. That's the Black Dragon observation. Thank you, Petroglyphs, whatever. As we made our way deeper into Black Dragon Canyon, we stumbled across the rusted frame of an old car, a ghost of the canyon's past. It might have been tied to one of the early mining claims in the area, now slowly being reclaimed by the desert. A reminder that even remote places like this hold stories beyond the rocks.
The canyon walls here hide ancient petroglyphs, including the namesake Black Dragon figure. We admired the artwork with respect, careful not to touch these irreplaceable pieces of history.
Don't worry. We didn't touch anything. We would never do that.
On the canyon walls, we found a mix of petroglyphs, images carved into the rock, and pictographs, which were painted using natural pigments. The Black Dragon figure is a striking example. These were likely created by the Fremont people nearly 1,000 years ago, offering a glimpse into the lives and beliefs of those who called this harsh landscape home.
Oh yeah, God, I totally missed that. Oh yeah, those are all faded. Sad. I totally walked right by that. Look at that, there's one right there.
These petroglyphs aren't just art. They're ancient messages carved into stone, still speaking across time. Standing there, you can feel the weight of thousands of years settle in the canyon air. The canyon's most famous image, the so-called Black Dragon, is actually a combination of two separate pictographs. Over time, weathering and early interpretations made it look like a winged dragon, but researchers now believe it's a stylized human figure alongside animals. Still, it's easy to see how legends form in a place like this.
We exited the canyon with the sun dropping low and made our way back on the freeway toward Moab.
Thanks for coming along on this adventure through Eagle Canyon and Black Dragon Canyon. If you enjoyed the ride, please give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with fellow off-road and travel fans. It really helps the channel grow, and we appreciate your support.